key to success.
Crab ragout.
You can also dine in
Got all
at
black
Spice,
people saying that.
located at
Crab
299
ragout.
Shrewsbury Street in Worcester.
Used to be hog balls and
Chitlins.
chitlins.
Yep.
The most
That
comfortable
was crab
setting
ragout.
for you to dine in. Do yourself a
That's
favor
progress.
and head on over to Basil and Spice Thai Cuisine. You won't regret it.
That's a lot of progress.
And we're back. It is your boy Truther, the Truther in the AM, and I am here with the one and the only Trooper Joe. And Troop, so far the first hour, the show went pretty good.
I think so.
Now it's time to talk about our city of Worcester.
Worcester.
Now, Joe Petty said our city is safe.
Say,
We have a safe city. We have no issues in the city. The city is the city is actually pretty good. If I remember exactly, he said our streets are safe.
you don't walk on them there, Big Joe.
Yes, I guess he was not thinking about the crimes
Yeah.
and the things that go on in the city, because there are. Now, how do you think the city is? What is your opinion on the state of the city as far as crimes and things go?
For me,
Yep.
I think that we don't have murders really. We get some murders, but we don't really have murders all that much. And the population that's homeless out there, they're really a more congealed population where they're actually helping each other out in more than in other cities and stuff. So they're not spending time having fist fights all over the place and stabbings like that all over the place. And the police presence. There's a lot of police presence out there, even though the police presence in big numbers is around construction areas.
Mm-hmm.
They're still visible.
Right.
But I think they should be visible and more helpful. But that's another story. So, is there a lot of crime out there? Yes, I think there's a lot of crime out there because there's a lot of stuff out there that would have been addressed if the police were doing a better job at alleviating some of these crimes. The panhandling situation out there, they're just letting that go rampant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so a lot of people are feeling as though they're hostages to the city and stuff. It may be a moral crime for them or something like that, but that's still a crime. And the prostitution is out of control out there.
All right. Well, let me ask you a question. How do you think? How do you think crime is compared from 2015 to 2016? Do you think crime was down in 2015 compared to 2016 or up?
I think the amount of arrests went down. I think the crime was still there. I think, and you know, another thing I think that's happening with the because drugs are becoming more commonplace and more legal, and just what we just talked about with the offering of go to jail or go to rehab.
Yep.
You know, these offerings like this. Now it's not seen as a crime.
Right.
The only thing that they can measure now as the crime is the things that are aligned with that. And one of the things again that are aligned with that, but they're not seeing it as a crime, is prostitution.
Mm.
And if they're not seeing the drugs and the prostitution at the crime, they're not seeing the John who comes down off the top of the hill.
Right.
You know, to get prostitution and stuff as something, as an immoral crime or something like that. So, is it down? If you want to paint, you can paint the picture any way you want to. So it depends upon what kind of brush you use.
Well, I have the stats here, Truth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off a certain type of crime, and you're going to tell me if it was worse in 2015 or 2016, okay? And we'll see if you were right or you're wrong. Okay, violent crime. Is it worse in 2015 or 2016?
I'd say it was worse in 2015.
Wrong. It was wrong in 2016. In 2015, there were 1,627 cases of violent crime. In 2016, it was 1,642 cases. Albeit, you were only wrong by 3, 4, 5, 15. 15 cases. You were off by 15 cases, but still, It was worse in 2016 than 2015. Now, homicide. Do you think it was worse in 2015 or 2016?
2015.
This is a trick question because there were 8 in both 2015 and 2016, so that remained unchanged. Now, rape.
Rape.
Do you think rape was worse in 2015 or 2016?
I'm gonna say 2015.
Wrong.
I did not.
There were 26 cases of rape in 2015, 63 cases of rape in 2016. It went up it went up 30%. Well, actually 142.3%
Okay.
in 2016.
I ain't buying that.
No? These are Worcester crime statistics.
I ain't buying. I'm thinking then juxtaposing rape into all kinds of different things.
The source is the FBI, troop. I don't know. Will the FBI lie about numbers like this?
No, but they might say that they might have put sexual assault, sexual harassment, and all kinds of different sexual things into rape. I don't know.
All right.
I can't see it. There's just too much looseness out there. Definite looseness out there.
I can see it.
Rape. I can't see the rape.
I can see it. Now that we have women with much more who are more outspoken about things, and women are coming out more braver, they're more brave about coming out about being raped. Because, remember, we used to live in a time where women would keep their mouths shut if they were raped because they would be shamed.
Yeah.
And, we'd believe, the men would be the one to be believed more. Now we live in a more liberal society where women are outspoken and they're stronger and they're able to come out and admit these things. That's why I think we saw a jump in rape.
I think we also live in a time when the women are coming out there and they're the ones that's instituting the play. Men had to go chasing all the time. Now they know something got to run.
I don't know the truth. I don't know.
I'd have to really look into this and see just how to get these numbers on rape and what did they call it. I hear rape, I think of somebody that a vicious person lurking in the darkness and jumps on somebody and they tear their clothes all off and they rape.
What about robbery, Troop? Do you think robbery was worse in 2015 or 2016?
I think robbery's worse in 2016.
Wrong.
Dang.
Robbery is worse in 2015. 407 cases of robbery in 2015. 394 cases in 2016, albeit it was close by 6, 7, 13. But you were off by 13 cases.
Wow.
Aggravated assaults.
Okay, what?
2016 or 2015?
Aggravated assault. Well, now I ain't gonna try to intellectualize you. I'm just playing with my own kind of things. I'm gonna go with 2015. I'll think 2015.
You are right. Trooper Joe got it right. There were 1,186 cases of aggravated assault in 2015. 1,177 cases of aggravated assault in 2016. So that actually went down. Property crime was so close. So Worcester, even though there is a higher number in 2016 or 2015, you can see a difference. Not much of a difference except for rape and car thefts.
Rape and car theft.
Yep. Let's see. The property crime was 5,375. Property crime in 2016, 5,358. Didn't go down too much. Burglary. Burglary was a big discrepancy.
2015.
You thought 2015 was more?
Yeah.
Wrong. There was 1,214 burglaries in 2015 and 2016. There were 1,366, over a 12.5% increase in robberies in 2016. So larceny and theft, 3,765. Larceny and theft in 2016, 3,473. People were stealing less and breaking in less in 2016.
That's nice of them.
Yes. Now, motor vehicle theft. Which one do you think it was worse in 2015 or 2016?
I I don't see why anybody's stealing cars, but I'm gonna go 2015.
Wrong. There were almost two. There was about 119, 123 more car break-ins in 2016 than there was in 2015.
Oh, break-ins.
Motor vehicle theft.
Okay, so I was thinking up. They physically stole the.
Yeah,
car.
that's what I meant. They broke in and then they stole the car.
Oh.
So yeah, it was 396 in 2015 and then 519 in 2016. So it rose 31% from 2015 to 2016. I'm interested. I can't wait for the end of the year so we can see what 2017's numbers are. But arson, do you think arson was worse in 2015 or 2016?
I don't know about arson. I would have to go with the 15 too. I think they have. No, I'll go with the 16. Cause we got more people living on the streets, so it's more dangerous.
All right, you are correct. In 2016, there were 5 cases of arson. In 2015, there were only 3.
Yeah.
The city saw a significant increase in motor vehicle thefts last year from the year before, and the number of rapes more than doubled, according to information the FBI released this week. The data is from the agency's 2016 Uniform Crime Reports. According to the statistics, the numbers of rapes in the city increased from 26 in 2015 to 63 in 2016. Another increase was the number of motor vehicle thefts, which climbed to 519 in 2016 from 396 in 2015. Crimes that saw decreases include robberies, aggravated assaults, property crimes, and larceny theft. The number of murders and non-negligent manslaughters remained at 8 both years. The Uniform Crime Reports, which began in 1930, are published annually by the FBI. More than 18,000 law enforcement agencies across the county provide information to the FBI. In March, the Telegram and Gazette published a story. Published a story based on local police statistics that said the city's crime rate was trending down in a variety of categories in 2016 compared to the average for the previous 5 years. The FBI statistics are for crimes committed from January through December 2016. What are your thoughts?
I gotta hope. I'm stuck on the rape thing. It's like I need to know. I would have to look at more information on one. What class of, no, I shouldn't use class, but I'll use it anyway. What class of people are getting raped? Is this because of the expansion in the homeless population that's out there? And when they come into the hospital and stuff like that, and they're seeking some drugs or something like that, that the woman just said, a woman can just say, I've been raped and everything, and the pain and the anguish and everything, so they have to give them some kind of narcotic for their pain and anguish. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Would that be some kind of a street level kind of survival skill? Most definitely it would be a street level survival skill. I don't know. There's just so much sex going on out there. I don't see where the rapes come into play. It's outrageous at the amount of sex, the illegal sex and the non-illegal sex.
Yeah.
Just Tuesday when we're leaving the Voice of the Voiceless over on WCUW.
Yep.
You got 3 prostitutes right there.
Yep, just walking by.
That was what, 1:15 in the afternoon. It's like, what's up with that? You know, it's like look like movies, like. You know?
As Mayor Petty said, our streets are safe. Our women and cars are not, I guess, but the streets are fine. What a friggin' moron, says a texter.
I'm serious.
Another texter says, Caracas Norte, Worcester, is now an outpost of the third world, and the responsibility for this distinction lies squarely with the communist Democrats who rule the city. It's all about keeping poor people on the Democratic plantation. You have the government city you continually vote for. After 45 years of the same lunacy, one must conclude that this is the government lifestyle you want. Texter is upset.
I guess so. He I don't even know what he thought. I got it, but it's like, wow.
Yeah.
He got a lot of thought into that.
Yep.
So you need to come on the show.
Right. Yes, Tucker, you are allowed to come on the show if you want.
I'll live.
There is no crime in Florida. There are a number of websites devoted to the particular kind of backwards and shenanigans taking place in El Baño del Sur, which you blithely ignore since you were flushed out of Massachusetts and caught in the drain cover down there. Why aren't you man enough to admit that you are a racist white supremacist? You got plenty of company in your fetid state, but they've at least got the cojones to own up to it. That was a person who was responding to the other texter, I believe.
Yeah.
I guess the other texter is from Florida.
I guess so.
I don't know. But the texters are getting a little testy today.
But still, in Worcester, Mayor Joe Petty, take a walk.
Right.
Walk the streets. See what your city really looks like.
Some changes have to be made in Worcester.
Yeah, and do it here. Read Henry V when he walked around with a cloak on among his troops at night so he could get the actual feeling of what's going on. Take off your little Joe Petty good suit, your little Joe Petty good shoes, mess your hair up, come on out in the night, walk around your city and see for yourself what happened. You don't even have to go deep dark night. You can go with twilight, and see what is going on, and not with a little entourage. And don't publicize it 2 weeks in advance. Joe Petty's coming to the neighborhood. So Joe Petty's coming to the neighborhood. The mayor's got. Take your little walk out there and see exactly what's going on, and not to the well-lit areas that's frequented by the people who come off the hill. Take it out there to where the people live, and then come back and make your statement. But until you do that, your statement means absolutely nothing.
Right. So the crime, we're always going to have crime.
We're going to have crime.
So, but it's good to see that those numbers are down, especially murders.
Yeah.
I feel safe that murders aren't on the rise as they are in other cities like Chicago.
Yeah. I don't think Worcester has the gang problem that everybody has. It has the history. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what the two gangs there. What's the name of those streets?
Kilby
and the other
King Street.
Yeah, but I don't think that they have the gang members that they once had, or the gangs that they once had. Mm-hmm. They got kids riding around on the bicycles and stuff like that, interfering with traffic. They got stuff like that. But I don't think that they have the real gang territorial place where, oh man, I gotta go home 6 o'clock. I can't go through this area. That's Kilby's area. I gotta go 2 miles around Kilby's area to get home. I don't think that exists anymore.
Well, we've had 8 murders in 2016, 8 murders in 2015. In Chicago. Murders. 527 homicides in Chicago this year alone.
Yeah, that's a day's thing that they have in
Unbelievable.
And Chicago's not alone. It's just one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, Chicago is, the murder rate there is crazy. I would never want to live in Chicago.
Or Baltimore, or a lot of places. There's murder going on all over the place. Worcester should be thankful that the murders aren't as prevalent as they were. And I'm going to say it too. Your program, going back to one of the reasons that some of these crimes that are coming about, I don't know what 17 looks like, is because you're offering those people that's on the street the option of going to jail or going back on the street. Mm-hmm. You're making this picture. You're painting this picture that they're victims. And that they're victims because they have a disease. They're not. They're people who made bad choices. You have no idea what they were like before they made that bad choice. You have no idea how their home upbringing was that made them into making that bad choice. You have no idea of any of these things. You're painting all the sad, empathetic, compassionate things that come with disease. Oh, the poor person's got a disease. Oh, the poor person. I really need to help that person because you don't know what this person was like before. They could have been the biggest criminal out there.
Right.
And then drugs take over, because drugs don't care. It's going to take over anybody.
Right.
It'll take over the priest and it'll take over the murderer. It doesn't care.
Well,
and it's a choice, not a disease. And as long as you continue to look at it as a disease and paint it with that smooth brush of sympathy and compassion and empathy and all those kind of nice touchy-feely type of things and can't look at it for what it's real like, it's never going to end, and the crime won't go down, the people won't get help, and Joe Petty won't walk the streets.
Well, I do know of one person who has a disease, and that disease must be stupidity. A man with, real quickly before we end the show, a man with a long criminal record is being held after he allegedly used a machete to attack a school bus that was picking up students in a driveway Tuesday morning. The driver of the bus, which had students inside, told police she was frightened when Ricardo Morales, 44, approached the bus with a machete and what appeared to be a metal pipe as she was picking up pupils just after 7:30 a.m., police said. Mr. Morales was wielding the weapons and hit the bus hood and a window before walking off behind the house at 10 Mechanic Street, where he was evicted but living in the hallway.
He's living in the cellar, and he wasn't evicted. He was a squatter.
Yep.
Wasn't his house, and he was upset that the bus was picking up in front of the driveway. He considered this place his. This boy got problems, folks.
Well, the Telegram says Mr. Morales listed his address as 101 Mechanic Street, although police said he had been evicted but stays in a hallway there. He was apparently angry about the bus using the driveway at leaving the bus using the driveway, which is what he was upset about.
He's burnt, and that's what happens with some people. I don't know why he's burnt, but he's burnt. Could it be because his lifestyle was heavily associated with illicit drugs? I don't know. Alcohol? I don't know. Is he burnt? You damn Skippy.
Yep.
This boy is burnt.
Well,
could attack the bus because it's picking up kids into driveway.
Right. Well, Troop, we coming to the end towards the end of the show. I am so glad that I did not have to mention kneeling or the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
And I really hope after this weekend never have to talk about kneeling in the NFL again.
Oh, they're going to stand up and link arms.
Yes.
You know, I was thinking about that, and then I was thinking back watching in my mind all the different things when the NFL played the Star Spangled Banner years ago. The football players are standing up there, scratching their face, scratching their legs, scratching their unmentionable, stretching.
Yeah,
it's like they weren't even paying any attention to the national. At least now they're paying attention to the national anthem. You know.
Yep. Also, rest in peace to Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner died at the age of 91.
With a big smile on his face.
Yes, with a big smile on his face. I never was able to visit the Playboy Mansion, so my bucket list will never be completed, but hey, it happens, I guess.
Do I feel bad for Hugh Hefner? No.
He was 91. He lived a full life.
He lived a full life, and he lived a make-believe life that everybody wanted.
Yes.
You know?
So
sex pays, so why would you rape?
Right.
You know?
Rest in peace to Hugh Hefner. And investigators say that troopers were justified in the shooting of Auburn cop killer of Officer Ronald Tarantino Jr., the man who killed him, George Zambrano. It's not like there's video of it or anything where you can actually look and say, so you got to take their word for it. And so I guess it was justified.
I would have to say that I would give it 95% justified. I don't know if I was to just say it was justified, but I'm gonna have to say I would believe it's justified. I believe if I was a cop and if I had to go and with this here, I'd be on such a heightened state of alert.
Yep.
You know, if he came out there, you know, naked with a gun, I shoot him. If he came out there naked with something in his hand behind his back, I'm shooting him.
And if he kills the other police officer, I'm shooting him.
I'm shooting. It's like, that situation. That's something that's way on the other side of the periphery of a situation. How do you really call a human nature in that regard? You can't.
Yep.
He projected an image of violence that was beyond television. It's like I would have to stay away from it.
Right. All right, Troop. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed the show as much as we enjoyed talking about it. I will see you guys Monday. Troop will be back on Tuesday. And don't forget his show, Archangel: A Return to Chivalry, that comes on every Wednesday from 3 to 4 p.m. on blogtalkradio.com.
Finish up on failure, or go a little bit deeper into it.
Yep, blogtalkradio.com/Archangel: A Return to Chivalry. Yeah. You can also find his videos on YouTube, keyword Trooper Joe, and on Facebook. This has been your boy Truthed. Holla!
And y'all have that fun.
All right.
I gotta go to the lunch.